Join us as we share with you the fun, confronting, wild, fucked up, epic, and raw side of being a woman in today's world. Nothing is off limits. Allow yourself to be inspired, to be unleashed.
We acknowledge that we are recording our podcast on the traditional country of the Turrbal and Yagara people and pay respect to their elders past and present. We acknowledge and respect their continuing culture and contribution they make to this community.
Welcome back to the Women Unleashed podcast. I am Brit, your co-host, and Taylor is with me today. And we have a juicy baby update episode coming.
Yeah, exciting. Well, we're 22 weeks and 2 days to be exact today.
2 days, not counting.
Well, people talk about it all the time. So every Friday is a new week for us. Like, the
Fridays.
start of, yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, it's based on when your, so your due date's really based on when your last period was.
Okay. Yeah.
And all that. And then, when you go to the scans, our measurements pretty much align with that as well, which is cool. So we're due 24th of Feb, 2023.
Cool. Oh, I didn't know that. Now I know that for next time.
Yeah.
Baby number 2.
Not so soon. Let's just get through this one.
Oh, too much fun. So what's it like getting fat legitimately?
It's very strange, actually. It's different. It's different for a few reasons. One is, I have to buy a whole bunch of new clothes. So at the moment I'm living in a unit, and there's not enough room for everything. So we've got a storage shed, and I've packed up basically all my clothes into tubs, and it's at my mum's house. And I've got about 10 pieces of clothing that I can wear. So that's been interesting because I have a lot of clothes. So it's been interesting knowing how to dress.
I find that liberating.
It's been cool, and it's so much easier now because I'm like, I have, 5 things that really are work appropriate. It's not hard.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just gets rid of all the decision making.
Yep.
The choices in the day.
Yeah. So that's been cool. It's been challenging because I've always tried to keep myself fairly fit, and skinny. I guess I don't like being bigger. I just, for myself. So it's been kind of challenging watching my stomach grow and not really doing anything about it, I've got a baby growing, so there is nothing I need to do. So it's just been like feeling it there and going, I don't need to suck it in. Like, don't need to have a thought about relax. Because I've noticed normally I actually suck in naturally all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do that now. I've got an excuse.
So was I sharing this with you the other day? Maybe not, but I realized. So I sleep in bed with a side pillow and just like a little one, and I always like to cuddle something. And I realized I do it because I don't like the feeling of my stomach just relaxing when I sleep and just being on the bed or I just don't like that relaxed feeling because for so long I've sucked my stomach in. Yeah,
and it's strange.
That really and it just made me think about how conditioned that is.
I didn't even realize I was doing it because I've done it now with my belly as well. I stand there and I'm like, oh my God, I'm even trying to suck a pregnant belly in. It's just ridiculous and so
must be hard.
Well, it kind of doesn't really work. You try and make it work, but it doesn't really work that well. But it's just silly. Just let it just be I'm growing a freaking baby. It's just amazing what your mind, that internal dialogue that you've been telling yourself so long, how powerful it can be.
Well, yeah, I was thinking that was me until I went, I'm sleeping and I'm trying to suck this thing in.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yes.
It's absurd. And I get how absurd I'm being about it. I get it. because growing a, when I look at it, growing a baby is really friggin' amazing. It's phenomenal. Like, I literally am creating space for this human being. Like, my organs are moving around. I'm creating additional items in my stomach for this baby, plus the baby. Like, hello. And you're worried about, like, sucking you friggin' idiot. So I really do get how crazy I am about it. But it also, I've obviously conditioned myself for so long, like, you've got to be thin.
Got to have a flat stomach.
Yeah, and also, when I have the baby, I've got to bounce back. Got to have this phenomenal body. Because, unfortunately, a lot of social media too, some women have babies and they come out and they look like they've never had a baby in their life. And I'm like, oh, my God. So it's just working through my own internal dialogue and getting over it, really. Just but I'm sure I'm not the only one that has had thoughts like this before. So that's probably the main thing. And obviously your body's changing in other ways too. So I found out, because we're, as I said, 22 weeks, so I found out that I've got like an extra whole litre of blood in my body now for the baby. So, like, that's why my heart races a bit more sometimes and things like that. Yeah. Obviously, also why you might be a bit more tired because your body's working in overdrive.
Are you supposed to have that extra litre of blood? That's normal?
That's normal. That's just part of growing a baby. Cool. So, yeah, that was interesting. I didn't know that. So, yeah, it's just been... And I'm due for, like, my gestational diabetes test in 2 weeks now. Mm-hmm. So, it'll be interesting. And there's not really anything you can do to not have gestational diabetes. They've said, like, you either have it or you don't.
Oh, okay.
And then we just work with what the result is of that. Because I'm like, I've been eating a lot of lamingtons. Am I going to, like, have I, like, caused my own?
Lamington.
I love them at the moment. I'm like, eat them like no tomorrow. Just
daily? I think gluten-free ones?
Yeah, so I had, like, they come in 12.
Oh, like the finger lamingtons?
Yeah, finger lamington. I ate, like, a pack of 12 in a day. I just was so hungry.
Great. Good for you.
And you just, they're just like
snackable.
So little.
They're finger size. It's like...
Yeah, like 2 bites. If I wanted to be a peggy. Yeah. So, yeah, but she said no. She said it's not really going to, it'll basically be what it is at the time. Oh, and I had my whooping cough vaccination as well.
Oh, you never had that before?
Oh, when I was a kid, but when you have your vaccinations, but to protect myself, like the baby, you have to have it every pregnancy. So even if you have, so generally they last 5 years. So like if I had it now and I didn't get pregnant again for 5 years, but say you got pregnant, I wouldn't have to have it. But if I got pregnant again in the next 2 years, I'd have to have it again for the immunity. Because it keeps your baby immune up until Nelly when they have to have theirs, which is 6 weeks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we're kind of making it a thing that all the people who want to visit our baby will have to have that.
Oh, so is that a nudge?
Well, yeah, it's a point. And obviously it's everyone's choice, like what they do, but that's just what we're doing. So if you want to see the baby at this, because whooping cough can be deadly. So I'm not taking any risks that we don't need to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had that as well. So that was interesting. And it was free.
Oh.
Being pregnant, it's free.
Sweet.
Lucky duck getting a needle for free in my arm. What a treat.
Oh, you're so funny. Good on you.
So do you have any questions for me, Brett?
Questions.
Yeah.
What's the sensation in your stomach as it's expanding?
Well, you can definitely feel it stretching and it kind of just aches. Aches. And sometimes it aches more than other times. But you could, like, my stomach is so hard. Like, it's really quite, like, there's not really any extra. Like, it's,
wow.
And, like, if you feel,
cool.
but it's just feeling, like, near my ribs and then where the belly kind of starts. So do you feel that? It's
like,
I
can feel your rib. And
then it just, like,
wow.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
That's cool.
It's amazing what our bodies do to, like, grow a baby. And they've said my baby's a little bit on the chubbier side. So chubby puppy, is it? So I'm going to make room for her, which is so cute.
Very cute.
But she said Will and I are both tall people, so that's probably what it is. It's not the Lamingtons.
It's not the Lamingtons. Have you got any today, by the way?
I do. I have 2 packets.
Oh, great. We can snack on those
I
in the next
basically
episode.
buy 2 packets every time I go
Side note, there was a stage there where every time we went to Coles, we bought at least 1, usually 2 blocks of dark chocolate.
Yeah.
And it would be like the Coles brand Belgian dark chocolate with like almond flakes or 70%.
Yum.
And, at the start when we were eating it, it'd be like, okay, 1 or 2 squares each. And then it got to like
a block a night.
yeah.
Yep, I've
Yeah.
done that.
And like it's thin, right? So you're just sort of like, oh no, it's fine. But I think subconsciously consciously I was like, nah, this is not like it's becoming a bit more of a dependency rather than a treat.
Yeah.
So I just stopped buying it, and I've noticed that Nathan has too.
Yeah.
And preferring to eat fruit. And trying
berries are yum. Like a berry is
snack. He will eat frozen blueberries.
Frozen?
Yeah, because it's like a little icicle, and it's sweet, lasts a bit longer. And I'll just look at him, and like the rims of his mouth will be like purpley black.
Know what you've been up to.
Yeah, it's like a kid who's been in the mulberry bush, You're like, know where you've been. Whereas you can't tell that with dark chocolate. You just see the packet in the bin. And maybe a little bit of alfoil somewhere. Yeah.
They say frozen grapes are really nice. Like green grapes. I haven't personally tried that. But they say that can be a good snack. And for kids too. Yep. 100%. So I might have to try that one. Yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of sugar. I'm not really super. Probably should be more concerned about what I'm eating, but I just kind of go with what I feel like. Yeah. My main meals are pretty good. Like I'm not eating lots of shitty food. It's probably just my snacking, my
snackaroos.
Yeah, my little desserts and stuff.
How many desserts do you have a day?
Probably in between every main meal.
So 3?
Yeah. Actually, no, it's probably after dinner. I've been buying, they have little snack apple pies that are gluten-free.
Oh.
So they're only little.
Yeah.
So, that makes me feel better. And then I have a bit of ice cream. Maybe a bit of raspberries.
Do you heat it up with ice cream on top?
Yeah, well, you have to put it in the oven.
Oh, okay.
So they're very yummy. And my Lamingtons. But I probably eat a bit less sweets than I did. You go through phases. I don't know. Because when I was first pregnant, all I was eating basically was toast. So it's been nice to eat like a normal person.
Yep. Cool. And in the first episode, you shared that like a lot of your stuff was coming up around being a mum. And what that, because obviously there's the past of your mum and you as a child. Now you're going to be a mum and have a child. My perception of you is that you've actually like come a long way since that episode.
Thank you.
Yeah, because you seem to be like really embracing, like very like not fake positive, like but genuinely excited about the baby.
Yeah, I am. I'm super excited. I think I got myself all like kind of fucked up. Like I got to be this perfect parent, and like I don't want to screw her up, or I don't want to cause her unnecessary trauma and all this stuff. We do a lot of self-development work on ourselves, and we're very aware of what can occur, that a child can mean something that maybe as a parent you don't think would really mean anything. But as a child, your logical brain doesn't really even come into play until like you're 7. So everything's run on emotions as a little kid.
Yeah.
And I guess I've just gotten that I'm not going to be perfect, and there is things I'm going to do that, may upset them and may not go to plan. But I also now have the tools where I can clean it up with them and we can move forward and like get it cleaned up. So I don't know. It's just not as, maybe I've just accepted it, what it's going to be. Like, that's just how it is. I can't control it. I can do the best I can. But there is things that are just, I'm going to have to things that I'm not going to do right or the best way,
Yeah.
Because I'll be emotional or it'll trigger me or whatever friggin' happens. But what I can do is then clean it up. That's what I have power over is, how we resolve it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just so excited to meet her and to hold her. It's very exciting. And all her beautiful clothes, and can't wait to see her in them. And it's just great. She's doing a lot of visualizations as well of like what it'll be. Keep visualizing it. Like holding her and labor and, going out for little cappuccino, baby chinos and like all that stuff. So I'm just like creating that instead of the negative, the stuff that is going to happen. But I'm just being in like the cool stuff, the exciting stuff. Amazing. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, good on you. Good for you.
Thanks.
You've come a long way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Happy for you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And you're organising a baby shower?
Yes.
How's that going?
Very cool. It's very exciting. So we're having it at a place because I'm like so excited that someone else can do the cooking and cleaning, and I'm not the biggest cook anyway, so I didn't want to have to ask other people to. I'm not happy to someone else to take care of it, and we just come.
Yep, turn up.
So yeah, doing that, and I'm going to organise some balloons and stuff like that. So I'm very excited. Will and I are super excited to like have our family there to celebrate us having a baby.
Will it be the first time that your family has met Will's family?
No, we actually did a lunch last weekend. So
how did that go?
Really good. It was great, actually. My mum and Will's dad got along like a house on. It was so good. They were drinking VBs. So they were, and Will's mum and my mum got along too, and his brother was there and my sister. So yeah, it was just nice. We had like a barbecue and just a good old chat, and it was cool to just have them all together. So it won't be the first time they meet at the baby shower. I think it was good to have it just, us. How many were there? 7 of us.
Yeah, good on you.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
I didn't know that was happening. I'm glad that's happening.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. So, and we got to show her, not her. We got to show my mum and my sister where we're building our land. Where we're building our land. Building our house.
Everyone, Taylor's building land. If you would like a piece of land, come to Taylor.
I'm just magically making land appear. Where we're building our house in near his parents, so it's going to be really cool. So it was cool to show them what that's going to look like. So yeah, really, it was good. It was a nice day. Very nice day.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. And what other actions have you taken in, like, because you and Will aren't married yet, but you're, like becoming a
family.
So what other jointy actions have you taken that you haven't already? Like, do you have joint bank accounts?
Yeah. So we've just started that. We're buying a house, building a house together. So like that's been in the books for a while now. But we've just gone and opened a whole bunch of joint bank accounts, done a joint budget, which was really cool. I was also super confronted by it because I'm very used to being this independent woman that like pays all her own bills and doesn't like need, a man. This like. I got this. But that's just not how it's going to be when I had this baby comes. Like, I'm not going to be working for a little while, taking maternity leave because I want to be a mum and I want to I want to do that, Yeah. And we also are very fortunate that we can take time off for me to do that. And I've built my business up to a point where I can still make some form of income from it as well. So, we're just looking at what like
I just want to point out. Yeah. When you're like matter of fact, you do this thing where you like, I'm going to show everyone. Taylor's talking like this, and she goes like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then like this. You have to watch. I'm going to put this on the Instagram so that everyone can see what she does. It's really cute.
Okay, I'm going to put
That's the whole point of this show is to like point out.
It's funny because the baby in the scan had her hands like up around. So She's already inherited my Italian hand, even though I'm not Italian. But you know, they say Italians talk with me.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, that's me. So, now I can't even talk because I'm so like thinking about my hand.
Yeah, because that's what you do. Not that you don't have to do it, but I just thought it was funny. It's like, yeah.
Because I'm like,
If you're in a work meeting, I could totally get why people are like, yes, Taylor.
you are the boss.
Yes, got it.
So yeah, just working out the budget of what it's going to look like when I'm on maternity leave, because I do get maternity leave pay, which is cool.
From who?
From the government.
Hey, nice one.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty decent. Like, I was a bit shocked. It's $812 a week.
Wow.
That's gross, so it does get taxed, but still.
Yeah.
Hello. Any money's good money.
Yeah.
So, you know, just looking at what that looks like.
And for how long, sorry?
18 weeks.
18 weeks, cool.
So, yeah, so it's just been cool looking at that, and we're just connecting our life together more and more all the time. And Will's runs a couple of businesses, so I'm stepping in and helping. Well, not helping but, you know, assisting him with that.
Yeah.
Because I've taken a little bit of a back seat in my own business. So, you know, we're just becoming a team. And it's really cool. And that's what I want our relationship to be. And, you know, we've spoken about how we want it to look, and we do want to be doing things together, not separate. Like, you know, that's his stuff and this is my stuff, and you do this and I do this, and that's nothing together. So it's been good. And, you know, budgeting's one thing, and doing some business stuff, and it's just been really nice to connect and work through things together rather than his and mine.
Yeah.
You know?
You're like a team.
Yeah, because it's not really, life isn't really 50-50 as a couple. Like, there's things sometimes that he needs to pick up where I just can't right now, or vice versa. So,
awesome.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been like a lot of growth, I think, around it too.
Yeah.
For me as a person, just having that support and being okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's been really interesting, and I think something people can really take on in their own relationships, you know, like looking at, are you being real separate, or are you actually being together, like the point of having a partner, I think, you know. But that's again, it's my stuff, like my opinion on relationships, but
this is all our opinions.
Yes.
Yep.
But are you being really independent and not kind of...
Sounds like you've just highlighted another topic for us to talk about.
Yeah, true. So maybe we'll just leave it here today.
Yes. That's
awesome.
true.
Well, thank you everyone for listening, and we hope you have fun sharing what you've gotten for yourself out of listening to this episode. Our goal is for our content to reach as many people as possible and become the #1 women empowerment podcast in Australia. Our call to action for you is that you contribute to your fellow women by sharing this episode, leaving a review, and following us on social media. See you later.
Bye for now.